Now see here, I was thinking about taking masking tape and going along here, but I had a piece of cardboard. Found a piece of cardboard and I just slid that along, and then I cut this in carefully because I didn't want it to drip. You know, you think, I don't care how good you think you are, you don't use anything along here, you're gonna drip it and then you're gonna have to clean it up later. So just use something for an insurance policy. And I just take this and just slid it along, cut a little bit more in, cut a little bit more in. And that's good with a 2-inch or 3-inch paintbrush. And then you can do it really nice. Take your time and do it right. Bit of a stir here. Ugh. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing that because it was already starting to build up a slight skin on it. And that's another reason why I like to use this little thing here, because then I can wipe this off. I don't have to use the edge of the paint can. I hate it when it gets in that little line. You put the paint can lid back on, then you have a tendency of that rusting over time. Next time you take it up, you got rust on it. And I've even seen paint can lids fall apart and pull apart because of that. Okay. Give yourself a little bit. And I don't like to make that too full because I can fill that back up if I don't use it all. I mean, if I need more. I don't like to get the paint tray too full because then you get your roller in there and maybe you go over the edge and start getting it spilled all over. Okay. Ooh, better make sure to get my roller out. And I got just a little weenie roller. That's all it is. It's called a mini roller. And here's my extension pole, remember? Gotta use an extension pole if you're doing walls even. It cracks me up. I've seen people use this just by hand. It takes forever. You don't want to do that. You want to protect your back. Got a nice little back brace on, as a matter of fact. All set up and ready to go. Let's see how this is going to work. Dip in here. Up. Don't slop it on there. Just do a little bit at a time. Wipe off the excess. I haven't used this roller on this before. Brand new roller, so I want to build up a little bit of paint. I want to wipe off the left edge and the right edge. I don't want to get those marks off. Ooh, that looks nice, eh?
It looks real smooth too.
Yeah. As I can get up kind of close to the wall, you still want to be careful not to hit the wall. And I'm going to go, I get some on there, and if I'm not watching it, I build up a line. So I want to go back on it, and I'm just going to finish that little edge off right there. I can dip and put some more on.
I have a question, Joe.
Yeah.
The border that you painted, that looks dry though. Didn't you
Yeah.
say it would take 4 to 6 hours?
Well, the paint can said 4 to 6 hours. Now, I would say between coats, you want to make sure it's dry to the touch. And if that's less than 4 to 6 hours, and that depends what your weather is outside. Okay? You just want to give it enough time so that when you put your second coat on there, it doesn't wash into the first coat. Okay? Because then you're not going to get 2 full body coats. That's why we're going to put a second coat on here. I see a little something right there. I should have a rag with me too. See how nice and easy this goes with the 6-inch. This is a 6-inch roller. I'm using a mini roller, and it's got a medium nap to it, 3/4 inch I think it was. And that came together, and that was like $6 at the store. You know, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get your painting done. Okay, camera ladies, move on over. See, dip in there a little bit and then wipe off the excess. That way you get a full amount on your roller. This isn't going to take a whole long time. And see with the 6-inch, you might think, oh, that's going to take forever. Well, it doesn't really, does it? With the 9-inch, it's hard sometimes to look on the back side. You don't want to build up an edge too close to the wall. And that's the other thing. After I get enough paint on there, I don't want to get all the way up to the edge with the heavy paint on the roller. Because then I might leave an edge. So I want to get most of my paint on there. Now I can get in there and do that so I don't have a built up edge on there. And I guess I could go across here, on the side too, carefully. I don't really have to do that, but if you had an edge there, you could go like that. Dip a little bit more.
So this part of the painting is pretty fast.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're what, a third of the way there?
Well, almost. This little porch is 13 by 7. That's 91 square feet. I'm gonna take my time on it. I don't have to rush or anything. I'm not in a big race. Make sure you get a full amount on there.
It looks so pretty
But
already.
once you have enough on there, you don't have to keep going back over. I'm just going here to get off any lines up to here, okay? But don't think the more you go over it, the more paint you're putting on. You'll be able to tell. It's not that difficult once you start going.